Considerations for distribution. Part 2 of a plan for distribution will help you fully understand what it takes to get your beer to market. This section will explain to you exactly how the choices you make in developing your business plan will impact the way your beer is sold in the marketplace. We will discuss what types of distributor options are available, the different types of retailers, and the services that distributors provide to their brewer partners. The decisions on which distributor you choose to take your beer to market is one of the most important decisions a new craft brewer is faced with. When the time comes to take your beer to market, you need to have an understanding of what your needs are and make sure that the distributor you choose can provide the services to meet those needs. Finding the right distributor partner is key to the success of any new craft brewer. 3 basic options. Before we get into the specifics of distributor services and look at the retail landscape, you, the brewer, must decide on what it is you want to do with your beer. You have 3 options. Option 1, you can be a brewery with a tasting room. In this scenario, you brew your beer and sell it directly to consumers via the tasting room at the brewery. Almost all of today's craft brewers have tasting rooms, which give consumers a chance to sample your beers and also see the brewery up close firsthand. If you choose this option, finding the right distributor is not necessary. Option 2 is to open a brewery with a tasting room and draft distribution. This option is most frequently used option among craft brewers. Draft beer is much easier and cheaper to package, so many craft brewers roll out their new beer in kegs only. Getting these kegs to market will be the job of a distributor, so this route to market requires a distributor partner. Option 3, open a brewery with a tasting room, draft, and container distribution. We just discussed draft, so let's explain container distribution. Container or package distribution refers to beer that is bottled or canned to be sold in the retail trade. While most new craft brewers start with draft only, many evolve and eventually invest in packaging lines so they can bottle and can their beer, which opens up more distribution opportunities for their product. Deciding on one of these 3 options is a critical step in building your business plan. Now we will take a deep dive into the middle tier of the 3-tier system, which is the distributor tier. Distribution. I'm now going to walk you through distribution, starting first with market coverage and finishing with distributor services, marketing, and sales. Let's take a look at market coverage. Market coverage can be broken into 2 categories. First is geography. As I mentioned earlier, each distributor has exclusive territories they service. Some are as small as 1 county, and others as large and cover the entire state. The second market coverage category refers to the marketplace itself and the type of retail outlets. There are 2 very different retail trade channels, and they are the on-premise and the off-premise channel segments. These are 2 key terms used every day in the beer industry and play a major role in the distribution of craft beer. The on-premise trade channel refers to licensed retailers where the beer is consumed on the premise. An example of this type of retailer would be the corner bar, nightclubs, golf courses, hotels, stadiums, and restaurants. While they are all part of the on-premise segment, they can and do have different license types that restrict what types of alcohol they sell and how they sell it. For example, there are many bars that carry only beer and wine, while others may be allowed to sell beer, wine, and liquor. This trade channel is extremely important to craft brewers, since many new craft beers are available only in kegs. This is most likely where your beer will first be sold. The second major trade channel is the off-premise. This segment refers to licensed retailers that sell beer to be taken off the premises, or easier said, to go. Examples of these retailers are convenience stores, grocery stores, liquor stores, and big box retailers like Costco and Sam's Club. These type of outlets sell packaged beer products such as cans and bottles to go. This segment also has different license types that could restrict the type of alcohol sold in these individual accounts. As a new craft brewer, it is important that you understand and are familiar with the various trade channels and license types. Remember, one of your key decisions will be deciding on where you want to see your beer sold. Services, marketing, and sales. This is by far one of the key slides in this section. I will discuss all the various services that distributors provide for brewers that they are partnered with. You, the new craft brewer, need to understand each of these services and how they can have an impact on your beer in the marketplace. It's important to note before we get started that distributors provide a lot of services. However, the level of service or frequency of these services vary from distributor to distributor. Listed on the slide are the key services, marketing, and sales opportunities provided by the distributor. I will discuss each bullet point individually. Let's start with the warehousing slide. While every distributor has a warehouse, they vary greatly in size, layout, and complexity. For instance, many new warehouses have what's called in the industry CEW, Controlled Environment Warehouses. This involves having consistent temperature settings throughout the warehouse. These temperatures are monitored daily and hourly. Some warehouses have multiple loading docks, which make it easier to deliver and unload beer. Since beer is a perishable item, warehouses should be kept clean and well organized. Is the warehouse staff well trained so as to limit damage of product? The draft and keg cooler. Is the draft cooler properly refrigerated to ensure the quality of your draft beer? Draft beer must be stored at colder temperatures than packaged beer, so it's critical to maintain a proper temperature in the cooler. These are all key issues that you need to look out for when you visit a potential distributor partner's warehouse facility. Next up is delivery. There are many factors for you to consider when evaluating a potential distributor partner's delivery system. First, the look of the trucks themselves. Are they clean, well maintained, and provide the proper image that you want to have associated with your new craft beer? Are the trucks refrigerated or not? This is especially important in Florida, where extreme heat can cause quality issues for your beer. Draft beer should be refrigerated from the time it leaves the warehouse until the time it arrives at the retail outlet. How often do the trucks deliver to the retailers, and what is the frequency criteria based on? Does the distributor use different trucks for different retail outlets? Take note of all those factors as you evaluate the delivery system of each distributor partner. Line cleaning and product safety. One essential service that is provided by distributors in the state of Florida is draft line cleaning. Having fresh, properly delivered beer is only half the battle to ensuring that the consumer gets your beer served to them how you, the brewer, intended it to be served. Line cleaning is an integral part of ensuring the quality of draft beer. The industry standard for line maintenance is to clean beer lines every 2 weeks at each retail outlet. The procedure requires a line cleaner to use a chemical flush. Flush the entire line from the keg to the faucet. Line cleaners also clean these faucets and tapping mechanisms that are involved in delivering the draft beer to the consumer. This service provided by the distributors is extremely important since many consumers will try your beer for the first time on draft. You only have one chance to make a first impression, and having your beer served through a properly cleaned draft system will ensure that that first impression is a good one. Line cleaning service varies among distributors, so do your due diligence and ensure that the frequency and procedures are being followed. Research. Most of today's distributors are equipped with personnel and technology that can be very useful to a startup craft brewer. As with every service level we discussed, research levels vary among distributors. Today's distributors use research and technology in every aspect of their business. For example, consumer behavior. What styles of beer are popular? Where are they selling? Market data. What retail segments are growing and which are shrinking? Individual store data. Distributors can provide you, the craft brewer, with individual store sales information that is extremely helpful to brewers searching for ways to grow their products. Category space management. This deals with shelf space and cooler space allotment at the store and chain level. Days of supply. Accurate days of supply can help brewers predict when to brew and how much beer to brew. Out of stocks and delivery patterns. Distributors often monitor out of stocks to ensure that their sales are sufficient to last until the next delivery. You don't ever want someone to go to the store or bar looking for your beer and not have it available to be purchased. Planning and implementation. This slide takes a closer look at where and how your beer ends up on the shelves. Price points refer to pricing tiers that are often associated with styles and the package size of beer. When you are evaluating potential distributors, one of the things you need to look for is their assortment of beer. What types of beer do they carry, and how are they handled in the marketplace? Are these products well represented in the coolers and on single-serve racks? Are the products distributors handle well merchandised? For example, is the correct pricing on the product? Are the displays well signed and well maintained? Remember, this could very well be your product, and the proper merchandising is important to maintaining the quality image of your beer. Lastly is delivery and backstock. Discuss with distributors their delivery patterns and frequency for the different styles of retail outlets that they handle. Let's take a look at sales, merchandising, and product rotation. As you can see from the slide, distributor personnel often are responsible for filling retail shelves and rotating the product. Again, this level of service in this area varies from distributor to distributor. So what should you be looking for? You should first take a look at the selling system each distributor utilizes in their marketplace. Remember, it will be the distributor that will be selling your beer in the trade, so you need to fully understand how they sell each trade channel. Whether there are many different selling systems used to get beer to retail outlets, you should make sure that the distributor personnel have time to effectively sell and merchandise the products that they carry. Proper rotation is important to making sure only the freshest beer you make is available to the consumer. Marketing and branding. Marketing is a general, wide-reaching term that I will discuss over the next few slides. The current slide shows you what you can expect. In today's distributor, most are equipped with sign-making capabilities and a point-of-sale repair shop. The level of sophistication in sign shops is wide-ranging. This is an important consideration for the new craft brewer, since this type of material will help market your product and your brands and provide retailers with the merchandising signage they require for each of their beer brands that they sell. All beer price and availability signs that you see in the marketplace are created by distributors for the brewers that they represent. Generally, all brewers give their logos and branding specs to sign shop personnel at each distributor who create custom templates for each brewer. Point-of-sale material is also a marketing component that many brewers utilize to promote their products. Many distributors provide personnel to hang the point of sale, and in some situations are able to fix broken neons and other broken items. Since almost all new craft brewers start with no graphic capabilities, the sign shop service that distributors provide is essential to proper merchandising for your product. As with marketing, there are many ways to advertise. The example on the slide shows what is called out-of-home or outdoor billboard advertising. Other forms of advertising that distributors employ to promote their products may include digital, television, radio, print, and social media. Since many budgets for startup craft breweries do not include advertising, it's good to ask potential distributor partners what type of advertising media they plan to use to promote their new products. Festivals and events. Festivals and events like the picture on the slide, offer great opportunities for new craft brewers. These events get your products in the hands of thousands of consumers in just one day. Ask your potential distributor partners to provide a list of events and festivals that they participate in annually. Then ask yourself, are these the kind of events that I want my beer to be associated with? Is the atmosphere of the event right for my beer? Remember, marketing and business decisions are brand specific, so know where and who your target audience is. Consumer tastings. The last distributor service we'll discuss is consumer tastings. As a new brewer with limited marketing resources, it is important to get your beer in the hands of as many consumers as possible without spending that much money. Distributors can help you get that accomplished. Again, remember that the level of execution varies from distributor to distributor in regards to sampling or consumer tastings. Ask potential distributor partners for details regarding sampling and their tasting policy. I have discussed a lot of material in this section and hope you understand not only what the distributor's role is in the three-tier system, but how to evaluate their compatibility with your company. You need to have a clear understanding of what is important to you, the brewer, and look for those same qualities in your distributor partner. Here are a few key takeaways from this section, considerations for distribution. When it comes to selecting a distributor, it's critical for the brewer to decide which of the three brewer options to pursue. Distributors provide a lot of services. However, these services vary. Choice of distributors should be based on the brewer's plan and strategy. This concludes Section 2.